Ever wonder why Shakespeare's Hamlet is such a big deal? Let's break down the first half of this epic tragedy, and I promise it's more dramatic than any reality show you've ever seen. It all starts on a cold, spooky night in Denmark. Guards at Elsinore Castle are seeing a ghost. Not just any ghost, but the ghost of the recently deceased King Hamlet. They bring in Horatio, Prince Hamlet's best friend, who's a smart, skeptical guy. But when he sees the ghost with his own eyes, he knows something is seriously wrong in the state of Denmark. Meanwhile, inside the castle, things are awkward. The new king is Claudius, the old king's brother. And guess who he just married? Gertrude, the old king's widow and Prince Hamlet's mom. Yeah, it happened fast. Way too fast for Hamlet, who's walking around in all black, moping and feeling completely betrayed. He's not buying the whole moving on thing. Claudius and Gertrude try to cheer him up, telling him to stop being so gloomy, but Hamlet's just not feeling it. When Horatio tells Hamlet about the ghost, Hamlet decides he has to see it for himself. That night, he goes to the castle ramparts, and sure enough, the ghost appears. It's his father, and he has a story to tell. He reveals that he wasn't killed by a snake bite, as everyone believes. No, he was murdered, poisoned, poured right into his ear while he was napping in his orchard. And the murderer? His own brother, Claudius, who stole his crown and his queen. The ghost commands Hamlet to get revenge on Claudius, but to leave his mother out of it, letting heaven deal with her. Hamlet is completely shattered by this revelation. He makes his friends swear on his sword not to tell anyone what they've seen. He decides his path forward is to act crazy, to put on an antic disposition so he can investigate Claudius without anyone suspecting his true motives. His famous line, "The time is out of joint. O cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right," pretty much sums up his mood. He's got the weight of the world and a ghostly command on his shoulders. Now, Hamlet's strange behavior starts to worry everyone. He's especially weird to Ophelia, the woman he supposedly loves. He writes her confusing letters and acts erratically towards her. Her father, Polonius, who is the king's chief counselor, thinks Hamlet is just lovesick. Claudius and Gertrude aren't so sure. They want to get to the bottom of it, so they call in two of Hamlet's old school friends, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, to spy on him. Hamlet sees right through them, though. He knows they were sent for. To test the ghost's story and confirm Claudius's guilt, Hamlet comes up with a brilliant plan. A group of traveling actors has arrived at the castle. Hamlet decides to have them perform a play that reenacts the murder of his father. He even writes some extra lines to make it as specific as possible. He calls the play The Mousetrap, because he's going to use it to catch the conscience of the king. Before the play, we get Hamlet's most famous speech. To be or not to be, that is the question. He's contemplating life, death, and whether it's worth it to keep going when everything is so terrible. It's a moment of deep philosophical despair. Shortly after, he has a harsh confrontation with Ophelia, telling her to get thee to a nunnery, basically saying she shouldn't bring more sinners into the world. It is unclear if he is just acting or if he is genuinely lashing out in his pain. Then comes the night of the play. The whole court gathers to watch. As the actors perform the scene where the king is poisoned in the garden, Claudius becomes visibly agitated. He can't take it. He stands up, shouts for light, and storms out of the room. Hamlet has his proof. The ghost was telling the truth. Claudius is a murderer. Flush with victory, Hamlet is summoned to his mother's chamber. On his way, he finds Claudius alone, praying. This is his perfect chance for revenge, but he hesitates. If he kills Claudius while he's praying, his soul might go to heaven. Hamlet wants a more complete revenge, one that sends Claudius's soul to hell. So he lets the opportunity pass, a decision that will have massive consequences. And that's where we'll leave it for now, at the explosive end of Act 3. Hamlet has the proof, but his moment of hesitation has set a whole new chain of events in motion. What happens next is even more intense. If you want to find out how this all unravels, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications on for part 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.